Hey everybody, it's Stephanie here, and this is my video for task 3 for ISDT 7335, where I will be evaluating 2 LMSs on their technical and help functions. So my name is Stephanie Galvan Russell. I am a middle school librarian in Austin, Texas. I am instructional systems design educational doctoral student, and I'm an overall nerd and an edtech enthusiast and LMS analyst. And just a um, note, while I would love to be a director of educational technology, I'm only holding this role for this assignment. So for this project, I'm assuming the role of a technology director, and I'm helping administrators and teachers determine an appropriate LMS or learning management system for their school. I will be investigating I misspelled that, training and technical functions that Canvas and Blackboard have and evaluate them so that administrators and instructors can make an informed decision on which LMS they should use. And I would like to note that I only have access to the instructor side of Blackboard because my internship this summer is with Dr. Perry, who is a library science professor, and I am working as a TA. And I have access to the instructor side of Canvas through my school district. And I have also worked in previous school districts where I have gotten to be on the administrative side of Canvas. So I have a little bit of different lenses that I can explain the Canvas side to. I would like to preface this by saying that Canvas has a help website. They have a whole website that is almost like a manual that can answer any questions that a user might have. For Canvas, there isn't any set sort of website. They do have the Instructure or Canvas community that does offer forums where you can ask questions and sometimes people will answer them, but there isn't something like that. So a lot of what I have learned about Canvas has been through Googling, through looking through other people's courses, and just kind of playing with it on my own and trying to figure things out. So first we're going to discuss novice user training and continuing help. So in Canvas, a new user can start with looking through the help guide. So when they log in on their dashboard, they have a little help guide, and they can start there just for some just initial help, but there isn't any real course or any kind of manual that will help the learner. Most of that training is going to come specifically from the school or school district that has choose to use Canvas. And usually you'll have teachers who are kind of like the specialists in Canvas, and they're the ones who are going to train everyone. Sometimes there is a help chat. So I have worked in school districts where there is a designated help chat for that district where they have a specific phone number that they can call and someone will help them that works for Instructure, who is the company that makes Canvas, and they are the ones who will help either the student or the teacher. There's also a chat that is a designated chat for that district. My district does not have that. So if I wanted to go to the help tab on the dashboard, this is what I see, this little guy. But some districts pay to have that and some don't. There is no real manual or any training for advanced features in Canvas. All of that is, you would have to look through the Instructure community and seeing if there's anything like that. They do have a Canvas certification course that you can pay for that I have also gone through, but I did not learn anything specifically about Canvas. It was more about instructional design and setting up online learning and how you can facilitate online learning instead of the technical side of Canvas, which is something that I would have preferred. Now, in Blackboard, there is a lot different. So Blackboard has a help website. There's not an official manual, but it is really, really helpful and you can use it kind of like a manual. But I could not find any training or more advanced features. They do have a new user training. So There is a student orientation course called Getting Started with Blackboard. You can see here's my screenshot of what mine is, and here are the learning objectives within that course so that users can learn how to use Blackboard. I thought this was really useful at the beginning of my master's program because I had never used Blackboard before. And at the beginning of this doctoral program, we also had to take this course and submit documentation showing that we took the course, we took the test in it to show that we know what we're doing and we can use Blackboard. So this is a really helpful tool. I wish that Canvas had something like this. And this is something that I think Blackboard has over Canvas, is that they have this course that every user has access to. So on top of having a help thing that I'll show in a little bit, they have this course where if you had questions, you can go through and find something. Their continued help for students is completely through Sam Houston. So we have an online support desk that is Monday through Sunday, 24 hours, 7 days a week, except for holidays when the university is closed. And you can do an email, you can tweet them, or you can call them and get help on any questions you have about not just Blackboard, but anything. Sorry, I dropped my phone. About anything involving the Sam Houston website, but it does have a kind of designation over Blackboard. That is their primary focus. There is also continued help for instructors in Blackboard. You can go to Blackboard Assist, and it has 24/7 technical support, and that is the online support desk that I just showed you. There is digital teaching development opportunities for instructors, and there is opportunities to find the instructional designer who can also help the instructor. There's also extra help that is different than the instructors. This is also what the students see. So besides these top four, these are for instructors, and these bottom four are for everyone. So students see this as well. And you can see these are just some extra things, but I wouldn't really call it help as far as Blackboard help. So for technical updates, in Canvas, the updates, I found this really weird. The updates are only shared in the Help tab. So when you log into Canvas and you click on Help, it shows you what the updates are coming in as and what they're doing and how things are changing, but it isn't like a notification. It's not something you see once you log in, and they're shared on the instructor community. I would prefer where an LMS is sending an email and saying how the things are changing and how things are being updated so that the users as well as the instructors know how their own access is going to change or how what they see is going to change. Also in Canvas, when software updates are coming out, I'm sorry, sends out the updates and the dates are posted on the website, but they are not sent out to the actual users. So I thought that was odd. Canvas automatically updates and saves course data every 2 hours, so there is automatic updating, and the updates aren't really done on like a regular schedule. They're more as needed, and those dates again are posted on the Instructure community website, and the updates are included in the pricing. You can also see this is what the Instructure website looks like, so you can see how they have different products and then what their current releases look like and how things are changing. Now in Blackboard automatically backs up all the course activity within the last 7 days, and it saves these into the course archives every night at 2 a.m. So there is automatic updating, but that is more archiving rather than updating. According to the Blackboard Help website, the big updates that Blackboard can have are set as needed, but they have to be set up by the administrator of Blackboard. So when we went from Blackboard Learn to Blackboard Ultra, the administrator for Sam Houston had to set that up, and I assume like shut down Blackboard for the time that they were gonna update for. As far as there being a cost, the cost of the updates for Blackboard are included with the cost of Blackboard. And then you can also see how you would get those updates to happen. And it would look like this. So from the Blackboard Help website, it will walk you through how to set up those updates. All right, so for technical support, so there is technical support in Canvas, which we talked about a little while ago, where some districts have the designated help chat or phone number, but some don't. For example, my current district does not, but previous districts I've worked in did, and they were really helpful because I knew that if I called this number, it wasn't going to be putting me on hold where they were going to have to be helping people from around the country. They were only set for my district, and so we would share that information. This district where I currently am, I have actually never been taught about the help tab. So if I didn't know that this was there, I wouldn't be using it. So I think that's something that needs to be addressed when teaching and sharing about Canvas. There is also the Instructure community, and they do have help forums, but it is something where if you pose a question, if somebody sees it and answers it, then you'll get your answer. Otherwise, you could just be searching through other people's answers to figure out the answer to your question. And again, districts will pay for that designated help. Oops. Now, technical support for Blackboard. Again, Sam Houston does provide a live 24/7 support desk for technical problems. And other than that, I couldn't find any other support. There is that Blackboard website, and then there is the availability to call or tweet or email someone. But other than that, I couldn't find anything else. And I assume that because it is with the university, the help desk is free. All right, I just wanted to add an extra little tidbit in here because we talk so much about pricing or how the upgrades or the extra help is included in the cost. And so I wanted to add what exactly the costs are that I could find. So Canvas is an open source learning management system, and it is free for teachers. Now, when I say that it is free for teachers, I mean that myself as a teacher, I can go to Instructure to their website and set up a free course that I can use with my students on my own. And that's what is here. You can use it as a teacher. Now, as a district, then they have to pay. So you can see the pricing right here. For 50 users and 250 megabytes of storage, it's $120 per year. For 200 users with a gigabyte of storage, that starts at $390 per year. So you can only imagine what big districts would pay more. So for instance, when I was working in Austin ISD, we used our own form of Canvas. So it was through Instructure, but it was called Blend, not Canvas. And they paid a lot of money because there were over 85 schools. And so you can only imagine how many students and teachers that they were having to support in that. Now I'm in a smaller district and we also use Canvas, but I know that we use the paid version again because we are a district. And I have heard many times that the district is paying for it, and that's why we want teachers to use it as opposed to Google Classroom, because they are paying a lot of money to use Canvas. So while I don't have a specific number, I do know that it is an expensive learning management system. Do I think it is worth whatever we're paying for? Yes. It is a very easy, very intuitive tool. I just wish it had the help functions that Blackboard does. I wish it had something where there was that pre-made course. Okay, so for Blackboard, I think it is much more expensive than Canvas because it doesn't have a set kind of pricing guide. So where Canvas says, based on this number of users, you're going to pay this much. Where Blackboard, you start at $9,500 per school year. So it is expensive, but it isn't dependent on how many users you have. So for bigger school districts like Austin ISD, they were technically going to be saving money. But other districts, such as the one I work in now, where we're a smaller district, we're going to be paying the same amount for less students. I also think that this is helpful for universities because they're going to pay this flat fee and be able to provide it for all of their students and all of their instructors. And I think it is really helpful because they include that extra course where you can learn how to use Blackboard. And you can also get a 30-day free trial of Blackboard. So the ideal LMS customers or users are what I think based on my knowledge of the two learning management systems as well as my background with them. So after evaluating whoops, I meant Canvas, and right here I have Blackboard. But after evaluating Canvas based on everything I've learned in these past tasks and learning about the course building functions, the technical functions, and my history with Canvas, I think that the ideal Canvas user is someone in a K 12 school or district. I have seen Canvas used in universities. I know that the University of Texas uses Canvas, and I know that the Austin Community College uses Canvas because the surrounding schools do as well. And so I have seen how it can be successful in that way. Um, but I think that in order to be successful, if this was going to be in a K 12 school district, you would need teachers who are very techy, who are um, those who are willing to go in and play with Canvas so that they can learn how to use it and model and teach the other teachers. So while I say that Canvas is relatively easy to use and navigate, there is no centralized help. And I think that that is something that they should include because it is such a good tool. And I think that is being taken advantage of, that it is such an easy tool to use. Now, after evaluating Blackboard, and this time I do mean Blackboard in both their course functions and technical functions, as well as my background and usage of Blackboard, I think that the ideal Blackboard user would only and definitely be in higher education, such as colleges or universities, simply because there is so much that you can do in Blackboard. While there is a getting to know Blackboard course and there is that centralized help, there is a lot that you can do with it that I think you would need someone like a university professor or an instructional designer who are there specifically for certain courses, not for teachers who were teaching multiple subjects or who were teaching. Multiple classes in a school day. So, where somebody like a professor teaches 4 courses a semester, they manage those 4 courses. They're not teaching like 8 classes and then teaching different subjects. So, I think that because there's so much that can be done with Blackboard, it really is a great tool for higher education. These are my references, which is mainly the Blackboard Help website. And that's it. I hope that this has been helpful in evaluating Canvas and Blackboard. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Bye.